Beautiful, isn't it? The sun is rising. Today's adventure begins in Celebration, Florida, but I will be traversing down Highway 192 about 5 or 6 miles to a spot I've never been to. I've always wanted to stop in, and I've decided today I'm going to. The theme of this episode is going to be peacefulness. So I figured I'd walk out here, show the sun rise. The sun is slowly rearing its head under the beautiful clouds of Central Florida. As the recording of this, it is Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. Enjoying the sights and the sounds of Celebration. Very quiet at this moment. But this angle here, wow, nice. And the day is just beginning, not only for me, but also the other residents in town. Stores here on Market Street. Diner over here is open for business. Very quaint little place. Cleaning up the streets a little bit down there. Birds are flying by, chirping. Residents out walking their pups. Vanilla latte for Alec. It's for me, but I didn't spell my name out this time. Usually they'll say, what's the order? I'll say Adam, A-D-A-M. But today I didn't do that, and sometimes it's hard to make sense of what I'm saying. Also, I'm taking it to go. So this one's for Alec at the moment. I was reading yesterday, I was kind of swirling around the interwebs, that Starbucks, this company, Starbucks will soon, within the next few years, be omitting any takeout to-go cups. Paper cups will be a thing that will be erased from existence. I don't know how that's going to work, if they're going to be erased from existence. They're just basically going to be, you have to bring your own cup or mug in, and no longer they're going to try to do away with these. So will they still have the logo with the very noticeable cardboard sleeve? Time will tell. It's also not decaf. It's a piping hot caffeinated beverage. And this just in. Construction update. Right over here. It's just one thing. It's not a lot of construction, but that's a construction update here at the Celebration Lakefront. Out of the woo here. I have found a really good balance so far this year. So far in 2022, I feel on a personal level, on a health level, and on a providing content here on this channel, YouTube channel, platform of YouTube level, I feel this is my best year in a long time. Dare I say since 2016? Probably when I first jumped in my van and started traveling shortly after I bought the RV, which was a mistake. You know, an RV is almost similar to buying a boat or owning a pool. Some people will say it's nice to go visit friends who have those things, but owning one and using it as a daily driver vehicle like I did, it just didn't work out gas prices wise. I much prefer a car. I wish I wouldn't have sold my van back in the day, but I do like my smaller automobile I have now. It's good on gas mileage, thank goodness, because gas is really expensive right now, or at least moderately high in price. And the money that I used to put towards just basically driving the RV around, I can get a decent hotel and fuel up a small car. But by the way, I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? The sun glistening off the spires there, the clouds going by. A few cars out and about for the morn. Fountain is not on. I have not seen the fountain on for about 2 weeks now. I feel good about myself. Call it what you want. There's a lot of different names for, you know, being pleased and happy and content with thine self, yourself, one's self. And I am really happy right now in life, not only personally, but from, you know, a standpoint of what I do here each day. And side note, I have not missed a day of filming, editing, uploading, staying the course all year in 2022. Now that will probably change. I'll probably take a day off soon. I keep saying that. And I was supposed to, fun fact, I was supposed to be at the opening day of baseball on March 31st. Boston Red Sox. I would be rooting for the Rays, wearing my Tampa Bay Rays gear, but that was the first game of the season. Got pushed back because of the MLB lockout. Spring training is now starting, but the fountain is not on. So I will not be going up to Boston, but I do have some other tickets and other things that I will be going across the country, so travel plans soon will be taking place, but for now I'm just enjoying, I don't want to call it downtime because I am going out and doing stuff, but some time here at home. Yes. It's good to be content with yourself. It's good to be happy with what you're providing out there into the world, if you're doing what I'm doing. Or anything. Whatever your thing is. I have arrived at the Watt, Florida Dahamarum? The Watt, Florida Dahamarum, 2421 Old Vineland Road here in Kissimmee, Florida. A Buddhist temple. Now I don't know a lot about this, except I was reading online that it is open to visitors. Now the gate here partially opened. There's half a gate. There's also an office over there. But some very beautiful buildings here in front. Also, doing a little research before arriving, it said that you cannot wear shorts. You have to wear pants. So, got some pants on today. And I'm gonna walk around. Now it does say here, the signage says, notice, property is protected by motion activated video and audio surveillance. But the best I can tell, they welcome visitors. And again, just to reiterate what I said earlier, it's going to definitely be a peaceful vlog. The vibes out here are not hectic at all. Except for the leaf blower that just was activated on property. Now there is this fountain, a little pond here. There's been some fruit placed here, a pineapple and some oranges. Now I grew up in the Christian denomination, independent. My dad was a minister. So I'm not real familiar with this religion. But I do recall my dad used to read me a book when I was very young called The Pineapple Story. And it was about pineapples and people stealing someone's pineapples and learning patience. This doesn't really probably apply to why the fruit is here in front of this. But I just remember The Pineapple Story. It was a book, kind of a hardback book. It was like 30 or 40 pages. Kind of a short story, but I don't know why I thought about that. You can just see how tall these are. Like this sculpture right here, overlooking the front entrance. Now, if you go inside here, these are the hours. The daily chanting and meditating. No soliciting and no cellular phones, which probably also means I can't take the camera inside. But probably for no photos or video inside. The Ubasot, the holiest prayer room, also called the ordination hall, where ordinations take place. It stands within a boundary formed by 8 semistones, which are separated from the sacred from the profane. Used for religious ceremonies, meditation, and Dhamma study. Strictly follow these rules. Now, if I were to go inside, I have to remove my shoes and slippers. As a matter of respect and good etiquette, it is inappropriate to point your feet towards the Buddhist statues of the monks. Do not lie down, sprawl, or lounge on the floor. A lot of detail went into this. And this is really just tucked off of a little side road behind an outlet mall. Now, there is no signage here. Signage has been taken down or fallen off for this building. But as I see inside the window, and as stated, I don't think I should probably be going inside. I just want to see the grounds for the beauty that they have. I don't know if it's right for me to go in there if I'm not meditating or anything like that. And this signage over here, beside the base of the tree, it's kind of hard to tell what it says. It's kind of weather worn, but it says, "Make haste in doing good and thwart evil," something evil. Make haste in doing good. I can read that part. Some great quotes here. Good is it to control the mind, which is hard to check and swift, and something wherever it desires. I can't make out that word. A subdued mind is conductive to happiness. An evil deed seems sweet to the fool, so long as it does not bear fruit. But when it ripens, the fool comes to oh my gosh, I'm going to remember that one. An evil deed seems sweet to the fool, so it's foolish to do an evil deed so long as it does not bear fruit, meaning if there are no repercussions, everyone's totally fine with, doing bad things. But when it ripens, which means if, reap the benefits of what you're doing, the fool, which would be me if I am doing evil things, I could get some grief out of it. I just spent a little time talking to the gentleman who's doing some of the leaf blowing in the yard work. Talked for a few minutes. Wasn't sure if I should put him on camera. Really nice guy, talking about how they used to do classes out here, but because of 2020, the events of 2020, they have not resumed those. But they do meditation and chanting a few times a week. I also asked him if it was okay if I just wander around. He said it was totally fine. So it is allowed. Very, very decent sized property. I like all the trees. Really is a good vibe going on in here. not far off Highway 192. I think my favorite thing so far are some of the quotes that are on the trees and the signage. Kind of inspirational quotes and things that get your mind thinking. There's a good one right over there on that tree too. A lot of shade in here. There is no glory for a lazy person. There's no glory for a lazy person, however good looking. I'm not going to go any farther in here because I believe it's customary to take your shoes off. I'm going to leave my shoes on and just stand here, but I wanted to just show that when you're inside. I believe, like I said, I'm not 100% familiar, or I'm not even 20% familiar with how things are supposed to be in this religion, but the other building, you're supposed to take your shoes off. I would imagine that applies for most of them. This is a very unique looking structure here. I believe all of these are meditation areas and buildings. And a place, some might not realize that this is even here. Located in Kissimmee, not too far from the theme parks. This is not a theme park, even though, there is some theming. This is not a tourist attraction per se. Now here's a good one. Eat to live, but not live to eat. Over the years I've always tried losing weight. Right now I'm doing pretty well with weight loss. I remember years ago my mom would quote something similar to this. Just eat to live, but don't live to eat. It really makes a lot of sense. If your whole life is just based on eating, you're probably not going to do well with not being overweight. I've had that problem for a long time. Constructed back in April 16th of 2005. There's a staircase that could go up to it. This sculpture here, very tall. As tall as the tree almost. I like this table here. And I have to say, he's putting a lot of time in over there. Those leaves, if he does this every day, I have to commend him. Because he's been out here for a while. These structures were completed back in the year 2000, according to that. But just to see how tall it is, so this is probably 15 feet tall, if I had to guess. Another one over here. Now getting some plane noise from Orlando International going by. The emblem right up there, stating the name. 1993, it appears this was built. In the center there of the emblem, it says 1993. Now that was 1 year before Celebration was built. Same time frame. Sometimes it's good to have days like this, where you can just, a little more peaceful than the hootenannies and the hullabaloo going out to congested areas with a lot of people. Do a little reflecting, a little thinking. I was doing that around the lake. I do that around the Celebration Lake a lot too, but I figured this would tie in a little bit. I thought, I'm gonna check this place out. But I also wanted to talk about what I talked about with finding a balance in my life. Really kind of similar to what would be here on this site, but not related at all, not connected, but kind of, sort of, if that makes any sense. Okay, this looks like you could go back up, or you could go up. It's all chained off. But this has a little spiral staircase up to the top of the tower. That's neat. Look at that, that's cool. You got some golf carts over here. And I appreciate them for letting me just walk around and show all this. Very accommodating, just letting me just have free reign to just walk around and see all this stuff. Pretty neat vibe. Obviously there's a lot going on. There's a maintenance guys just showed up and they're doing a little construction over there, but and before heading out, he was mentioning to me that on Saturdays is when they do the meetings over here. So, invited me back on a Saturday to go inside the building at some point. Won't be able to make it this Saturday, but maybe at some point, stop back by, check it out. If anyone is interested, stop in, they're very accommodating. I think he's about to start it up again. Once again, glad I stopped off here. Pretty cool place. Hello, birds. How's it going? They might be getting camera shy. Or they just got places to be, things to do. I know how that is. Shadow down here. At the Celebration water tower, which I've stated this a couple times, I don't think there's really water in there. I personally do not believe that inside there is water. I think it's just for appearances. I could be wrong. I would like to be wrong. I would like to be incorrect. I want to think that there's water in there, but I cannot confirm that fact. The only reason I mention that is because I went by here a few months ago and they were doing some maintenance on it. They had it down on the ground and there wasn't anything up there. Now, there is this pipe going up. So it's possible, and there's some electrical boxes. Now I'm confused. I am confused. It could be a water tower, but if I was a betting man and laying wagers down on this, I would say no. But you never know. You never know. Wasn't that a Jerky Boys reference? Wow, totally forgot about them. Okay, short and sweet video, very peaceful. The vlog. It's not that hard to balance on this because it's not like a tightrope. The vlog. I almost just jabbed myself in the ear. It's over.